Signal Chasers.
Hello, Internet, and welcome to Signal Chasers, a new Space Engineers series set on one of Keen's public servers. So I'm currently sitting on the moon on a server with other people, and I have a simple goal of getting to space, building a ship, and hunting down strong unknown signals. So for those unfamiliar, a strong unknown signal is like a normal unknown signal, but it has better loot in it and only spawns when there are at least 2 people on a multiplayer scenario. So, here I am in multiplayer. And I guess we'll just kind of, I don't know, figure stuff out. I quite literally just spawned in. Yes, this is a temporary ship. I have no controls, but I do have some wheels. Ooh, that are spinning quite badly. Let's see if we can fix these. Strength probably only needs to be like 3 on the moon. Power should be fine. Friction we probably want at like 80. Yeah, all that should be good. That's a little bit more drivey. So, moon. I've never started a game on the moon before, so this should be interesting. I have to worry about things like air and power, because I can't use a wind turbine and I can't breathe. This thing is very slow. Let's boost up that top speed to like 80k. That's a little better. Ooh, maybe. So I guess my first task here should probably be to find somewhere good to settle down. Okay, that's on. It just sucks. So I need somewhere to settle down, which means I want somewhere that has at least ice. This terrain is horrible for driving in. Can I see anything? No. So if I can find my way to one of the poles, that should help. So I do have a little hydrogen booster engine. How much ice do I have on board? Not a ton. Do I risk it? I think we risk it. Oh. I think this thruster has an override. Stop that. So. Hopefully I don't burn all of my ice doing this. In fact, I should be able to... it's going down fairly quick. This should be a little bit easier to maneuver around, and then... Ooh, that's an ore deposit down there. Let's see what we can see. Oh, this is going to be tricky. Does my gyro... Ah, that'll help. Let's actually have useful amounts of gyro power. Okay. Nickel. And magnesium. Let's land and see how much ice I have left. So I've used about 100. And this isn't particularly useful stuff. On we go. So I suppose I should mention at some point, this is, well, pretty obviously not a heavy roleplay scenario. There may be some, but for the most part, I'm just kind of trying to do my thing. And it should be interesting, because this is... oh boy. This is lagging badly. I mean, that's gonna cause some issues, those spikes. I'm not used to dealing with them. But it should be interesting interacting with other players if I encounter them. And I think my plan for the most part is to not. That might be where someone's dug over there. So, the downside with other players, I don't know if they're going to be nice and friendly or if they're going to murder me and steal all my stuff. And because my main goal here is to hunt down unknown signals, strong unknown signals specifically, which are designed to kind of broadcast in a large area and alert anyone nearby, there's a good chance I'm going to be racing other players to get those signals at some stage of the game. So all that's going to factor into how I designed this ship to, you know, do that. And that's going to be the gist of this series is... there's a bit of the challenge, I've got a purpose, but this is really going to be survival ship designing. Oh boy. It is really disconcerting to have large lag spikes as you're drifting over the moon. How much ice do I have left? 700. I assume I'm looking for anything that's sort of, you know, wider than the overarching terrain. It's kind of hard to tell. I probably should check some more of these ore deposits I'm flying over. The sort of coppery, goldy looking things. Because there's a chance there's ice underground. And that would be enough. I don't need a ton. I just need, you know, things I can convert into oxygen. And in fact, if I can avoid a surface ice deposit, that may be better, because anyone on the moon's going to be looking for that. Let's see what's here. I suppose worst case scenario, I just, you know, suffocate to death, trying to find ice and then start over. It's not like I've really done anything of value yet. Okay. These landing maneuvers are a bit fuel intensive. Oh. Okay. That's something. Now, I don't believe that this server has, whatchamacallit, has encounters and stuff, or the economy engaged. Ooh, silver and cobalt. Oh, this is very useful stuff. If only there were ice here, too. Ice! Well, looks like I chose the right place to almost crash. Okay. I saw ice for a second down there. We've got silver and cobalt, which we're gonna need. And ice. Alright. Parking brake on. We have our home here on the edge of this lunar plane. But what I was saying about that, that may be a player-built structure. By the fact it's broadcasting, I'm gonna guess that it's something intentionally doing so. So it may be like a visitor, you know, welcome to the moon sort of thing someone's built. We may have to check that out at some point. And I'd like to explore some of this server and see if I can find things that, you know, interesting things that won't kill me that other players have built. But I'm definitely going to want to design whatever vessel I come up with to be able to quickly escape players that are less friendly. This ice is deep down. It may be worth... I don't know. I also probably should have dug not just straight in a pit. Yeah, maybe worth some sort of deep mining rig. Now, the other benefit of ice I just came up with and realized. So, power, I can't necessarily easily get through renewable means. The best I have are solar panels up here, which work, but they only work half the time and they aren't particularly efficient. So, if I can get enough ice from this deep deposit, I could eventually start running an engine. And an engine's going to be able to provide me much more consistent power, albeit it's going to use up a bit of the ice that I could otherwise use for breathing. And ice is probably going to be one of my main fuel sources. Because unless I can find some platinum, which I think there is platinum on the moon, I'll have to go looking for that eventually. But I'm going to need some form of thrust, and hydrogen does tend to have the best, acceleration rate, which is probably going to be what I want for something quick and get out of Dodge. Oh. Okay, so I've struck a bit in the cobalt. So that's good. I can just have one sort of shaft for all the goods here. Oof. Really make you work for that ice. You have to go back up to the survival pod and get some more power before I actually get to this stuff. Am I still... I've got a sort of straight tube. Probably didn't want to just build this as it is, because now I'm just gonna... There's a good chance I'll walk down it and die. But I ought to be... Since I'm getting ice, I shouldn't have to worry, hopefully, about running out of fuel. So I can still use the jetpack to traverse. There's some shiny blue. Different than the shiny blue from up there. Okay. Hello, delicious ice. Ooh. Things seem to be going weird in that corner. Let's kind of give myself more room down here. If I have ice, there's nothing to say I couldn't just kind of dig a big cave down here. That would keep me well hidden. So the issue with that... If I'm going to build my ship down here, that's going to be a pain, because then either I have to build the entire ship, which is probably going to be large grid, underground, or I'd have to fly up and down, and if I'm building a ship on the surface, there's no real point in hiding the base underground, because people are just going to go to the ship. I also don't know why I cannot stand next to this ice very well. Or, oh, that would explain why I can't drill it. Oh boy. That's a fair bit of ice. While I'm here, I'm just gonna, well, gather as much stone as I can get, then fly back out the tube. Because I guess my next order of business is to get some sort of basic production facility set up. Where is... Oh.
Inventory full.
I guess they keep that protected during shipping. Yeah, so I don't intend to really build a big permanent base. My goal here is to get off the planet and mobile as quickly as possible. What that probably means is I'm going to be building a bare bones large grid structure, getting enough resources that I think I'm kind of ready to go, launching to space, and then doing any design work up there. How do I produce things? That's how. So, kind of want to get all this done as quickly as possible. Because if I'm in space and mobile, I should be able to hide myself in asteroids that are probably up there somewhere. And hopefully not have to worry so much about other people finding me when I'm not here. That's the other challenge here. I'm on a public server. Other people are going to be here and my stuff will just be sitting there. That's either an asteroid or Triton, I don't know. But I'm going to want to have, well, I'm going to want to hide myself pretty well. And then I think I'm probably going to want some at least point defenses so that if anyone comes up, I have, you know, a level of safety. I think I'm also going to grind down most of this, because it'll go away once I leave the server anyway. Get all the bits, and I should be able to use these to start construction of a little platform. Well, that is a little platform. Guess we keep grinding things. Now I should... Oh. That's something I forgot about. Block progression. So in order to unlock stuff, I have to build it first. Oh boy. Oh, so I can't build a battery until I build a basic assembler. So I guess we do that first. Yeah, we'll just put it there. We'll put it there intelligently. So that there. I need a basic refinery, which I can put there. Then I'll be able to access it from that here. Access both of them. And I probably... Okay, I can build an O2H2 gen. I think for the moment, I'm going to go solar and just hope that, yeah, it works out. Which means I need more steel, which means I need to dump all this junk. So, yeah, that's not super good. So, long term, I don't think solar's going to be my answer, but again, hopefully this isn't long term, so it shouldn't matter. I wish I could put a battery up there, because that would be a good spot for one. So I'll have a solar panel there. And maybe save on some steel, because I don't need those. That should be enough to kind of get me going. I can put a battery right here, kind of hidden in the voxel. Have a solar panel. That should be a sort of basic system. Though, can I build... I can build cargo containers. Maybe, because I have cobalt... Oh, right. Because I have access to cobalt right here, I should be able to easily build that cargo container as well. Then the basic assembly off that. Then I have cargo access to both of them through this block. And I can stick a survival kit here, which means I don't have access through that. I guess I have it back here, but that's kind of awkward. Yeah, so this should be a pretty good little base. That should have everything I'm going to need. I guess we just get a bunch of resources, get a bunch of stone, and get this stuff built. So, I should be able to queue it up. Because I'm going to need at least this basic refinery built first. Probably. I can't... What can I build in this? Yeah, I can't build grids in this. So I'm going to need both the refinery and basic assembler up and running before I can build most of this. But I should be able to get that stuff going. Let's put what parts we have in and set the rest to production. Except for whatever component can't be produced. Don't know what it is. Okay. So, yeah, we're out of stuff, so I'm going to need to keep funneling in stone. I should be able... I'm just gonna... Yeah, I'm just gonna start drilling a little side passage here.
Full.
Right? My idea is, if I can keep the voxel edits above the surface fairly minimal, that may help avoid detection from a distance. Because with Space Engineers, the edits to the voxel, when you're at a distance, the LOD of the planet shows them off very blatantly. So, from orbit, or, you know,
Inventory full.
there's going to be a lot of stone at the bottom of that pit. From orbit, you can see pretty well where someone's been digging. If there's a big old hole, you may want to go check it out, because there's probably stuff there. I mean, at the moment I have nothing of value, aside from being on a spot that's rather valuable. So, it's probably not a huge worry, but, I don't know, just good practice to try and minimize your visual presence to avoid any potentially unwanted visitors. Another benefit of digging here is I'm fairly close to the silver, which means I can hopefully go in and gather the stone as I dig towards it, and then get access to the silver. Also, do I have a bunch? Yeah, I've got a bunch of junk I don't need. That I also can't put anywhere. Right. Let's think real quick. So there are a lot of blocks on a survival pod that you can repair to unlock stuff. Except for not on this one, because normally they have a landing gear on them. I can at least do an O2H2 gen. That'll get me some stuff. I think there's a cargo container. So if I just grind that down, weld it back up, I now understand how it works. Whoa. You're very jumpy on the moon. Is there actually a cargo container in here? I'll peel back the shell. Oh, right, and I'm out of power. I should fix that. So there's a conveyor junction. There is stuff in that cockpit. Honestly, the cargo system on this is so messed around with anyway. I might as well Just kind of pull it apart and do things manually. I do not see a cargo container in there. My headlights are also freaking out. That's odd. Okay, well, I don't think I'm going to be able to get as much useful stuff off of this product-wise as normal. I think I get something for an antenna. Nope. And apparently I can't rebuild it either. Whoops. And I can't even get up there. Well, I guess I can't be found as easily now, except for all the light. I also can't see where the ores are, which is unfortunate, though at least I know if I go to the very bottom of this hole, I get ice. Well, I think that may be where I call it for today's episode. So, we're here, we're on the moon, we've got the resources we need, at least some of them. So, we should be able to get something going and hopefully not be on a planet or planetoid too long. But all that is for the future. So for now, thank you everybody so much for watching. Feel free to hit that join button to become a member. And until next week, bye bye.